Okay, so Homesick Pilots Volume 2. Really liked the first volume of Homesick Pilots. Think it's a great read. It's an indie book about a punk rock band that goes to a house to practice or plan a party, and the house is haunted and it absorbs one of the band members, Amy. The house then empowers her to seek out ghosts to draw back to the house and power the house up, with the book resulting in the house becoming a great big walking kaiju-like monster that fights another similarly powered ghost held in a VHS tape along the beach in, I think, California. Crazy as that sounds, it was a really good book, and it's something that you can imagine being optioned for a horror comedy. Now, Volume 2 follows on with Amy and her fellow bandmate on the run, and Meg, a girl from a rival band who was affected by the incidents at the end of the first volume with the military and being involved in tests for their own ghost building, ghost weapon. She has a coating of blood over her that acts somewhat like a symbiote in the Marvel universe, but it allows her to communicate and control the ghosts that the government gives her. You're introduced to her team at the lab. Again, won't go into great detail because it'll spoil the book, but they're a young team. They have their own views on things. You've got these crazy ghost machine designs, and there's a good coherent story between it. You get introduced to more elements in the universe, one being that salt pills will help separate people who are conjoined with ghosts, get rid of them or separate from them. There's a lot of mucking about in the middle sections of this trade that, whilst it might be said it's character development, I felt it was lacking a bit of action, and it does really slow to a crawl somewhat in the middle. This is all very much build up for the third volume, and when you get to the end of this book, you do feel somewhat cheated that you haven't had your big fight that you were building up to. But from what I understand of the current books that are out, there is a continuing massive brawl going on between two giant ghost kaijus. That's what I'm going to call them, ghost kaijus. This is still a good book. I don't think it's as good as the first book, but I think when you read it in conjunction with the third volume when it comes out, it will all make sense. And this is probably the kind of book that will read best as a full deluxe collected edition, if they ever bring out a version like that. I don't know if this is a book that is scheduled for a set run, so whether it will conclude at, I don't know, 16 issues, something like that. I know it's already at issue 14, 15 at the time of making this video, but I just hope they don't drag the story out too much, and I feel that it might even round out at 20 issues. A lot of books do that now, but we'll see. But it's a fun read. It's very well drawn. It's very expressive, and I'd recommend the series to anyone who wants something that isn't superheroes, that does have an element of drama, comedy, and horror in it. Let me know what you think about the series. Were you of the same mind as me with the second volume, or do you think it lives up to the first and exceeds it, perhaps? Thanks for watching.